Guys, welcome back to another episode of C programming tutorial. In today's episode we are going to learn about another important functionalities of the C preprocessor called file inclusion. The file inclusion is very important functionalities of C preprocessor and is a very useful resource while you are working with a large C project. If you are working with a large C project, you have to divide that project into individual employees in your company. That means you have to write that project into different C program files. So for get the application to work, or for finishing the application, you need to combine all these files together into a single application. So you need a mechanism to combine multiple C programming files together into a single file. That is the use of the file inclusion mechanisms of the C preprocessor. So I will demonstrate it with a complete example. So here I am going to create a new C source file. It's a new source file. So this is the main file. So I write a program here as include stdio.h. Of course this is the main file, so it must contain the main method. So here is the main method, and finally it will return an integer. Okay, so I'm going to save this file. I'm going to save the file in desktop in the new folder. I save the file with the name first and save the file type as C source file and click save. Okay, now the file is saved in a new folder and the file name is first.c. Okay, so now I am going to create another source file. So again, create a new source file. This contain a simple C function called display. This file contains a simple C function that named display, and in this function I write a printf statement. Printf hello from display method. Okay, hello from display method. So now I am going to save the second file into the same folder. That folder is in desktop called a new folder, and I save the second file with the name second and save the file type as .c. Click save. Okay, now here there are two files, first.c and second.c. The first.c is a file that contains the main method, and second.c contain a simple C programming function. Okay, so now I want to include the second file into the first file. So how we can achieve that? So here I'm going to use the C preprocessor functionality called file inclusion. So here is the syntax, hash include, and put some double quotes and type the file name. Here the file name is second.c. Okay, and in main method I'm going to call that method available in the second file. That method name is display. Okay, so I'm going to compile the program. There is no errors, and now I'm going to run it, and I got the output hello from display method. So in this program I combine two files, first.c and second.c. These are two files, but I combine the second file, I include the second file into the first.c file using the C preprocessor functionality called file inclusion. Here is the syntax, hash include, and put a double quotes and provide the file name. Okay, so this one is also a C preprocessor file inclusion, but here it include a header file. stdio is a header file. .h means it's extension for the C header files. Okay, but second.c is a normal user file. So what is the difference between these two statements? The first statement, instead of double quotes we using symbols like this. That is the main difference. So in the first statement, the C compiler will check for the file only in the include directories of the compiler. You can see the directories of the compiler from here. Go to the compiler option and go to the directories and see includes. So these are the directories that is currently included to the compiler. Okay, so in the first statement, the compiler will check for the target file on the include directory only. But in the second case, the compiler will check for the file in both the include directories as well as in the current directory. So the second method is more safe, because if you are forget to include the file on the compiler include directories, it does not show any compiler error. Okay, that is the difference between these two statements. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part.